What is it like having a relationship with a rich person? Dated a rich guy once and it sucked. He wasn't used to being told no and acted like a baby when things didn't go his way. We went on a few trips which should have been great because I didn't have to pay for anything, but he always ended up ruining the vacation in some way. Anytime I disagreed with him on something, it would start a fight. The dumbest fights, he'd try to buy me stuff later to make up for it. It got old real fast. I'd rather work a 40-hour job that I hate than to ever spend another day with him. I'm in no way saying all rich men suck. I just got one of the crappy ones. If they're really wealthy, you'd be surprised how superficial their relationships are with other wealthy people and just how normal that is. I thought Hollywood made that up for a trope, but no. It's all superficial, but they have this weird, almost familial obligation to maintain relationships with each other. And also, there are quite a few wealthy people who live somewhat meagerly, but it's not like some poor person cosplay they pat themselves on the back for. They're either kinda stingy, or they just don't value materialistic things like that. I know a handful of very wealthy people, easily 10 million plus for the ones I'm thinking of, who if you met them socially you would have no idea that they were wealthy. What they all have in common is good manners, good education, and being very nice. Only one of them seems to have grown up rich, although I don't really know the details. Completely self-made through the corporate route from a low-income family. The other two I'm thinking of had parents that were small business owners and became much more successful than their parents. We're not technically dating, just getting to know one another. His mum was one of my country's minister, and he was a diplomat to Europe. I don't speak fancy English, and don't own any bachelor. He condemned my English, saying it's poor, it's basic and understandable. I remember he said I pronounced often incorrectly. I pronounce it with letter T, and he insisted it should be often. He also stressed me out that I need to be well educated if we were to be married, as I will be surrounded with diplomats' wife. We lasted 3 months. I am currently dating one, and I made a post about it. It feels weird for me. She's able to buy things without a second thought. She's basically stories about how she basically traveled the world while I only remained in the US. She'd been to Beyoncé and Taylor Swift concerts and had front row tickets for both. We could be talking about going to an event or planning a trip. She'd be ready to put everything right then and there. Whereas if it is me, I would need a couple days to sleep on it. My brother married a spoiled princess with a super rich daddy, and I have to watch as his in-laws buy him a house, a Tesla, take him on luxury month-long European cruises, and pretend I can stomach her presence when she barges into my house like she owns the place. She's always arguing with my mum because she thinks she should have the last word in everything. I have a relative whose in-laws took the entire family to Hawaii for 2 weeks. Husband, wives, kids, 15 people flew first class and stayed for star accommodations, meals and transportation. And no, I don't know why they didn't rent a jet. I have no idea myself. But my sister is married to a good dude who's doing very well. They are constantly traveling around the world and even own a yacht. Meanwhile, I haven't dated in ages and just waste my time playing video games. Low-key, she were kinda out of touch, and I had to explain the reality of how fortunate she has it. Finding gifts kinda got bad after a while BC, even though I'm sure she was fine with anything. I always felt that she was expecting more. Pretty normal. Was close friends with someone who came from a pretty rich family. Dad owned a couple businesses and whatnot. For the most part, she was just like any regular person with no telltale signs of being rich. You don't worry about a lot of living essentials that the normal person worries about. It's like every bill is on auto pay, and spending thousands of dollars without blinking an eye is inconsequential. Not sure about dating, but in my experience being friends with rich people, they don't pay for you when you're out. Like they don't treat when you go to lunch, etc. It's not bad, just unexpected. She was awesome. Very kind to everyone, considerate and brave when it mattered. We were just teens and then it ended. Money-related anxieties were crippling. She taught me lots. I enjoyed it. Extremely normal. Reddit has this idea that the wealthy are some different breed of person. But in reality, they are exactly the same as anyone. But they have access to more resources. I have a friend whose family is well off. He's just like the rest of us. I don't ask him for anything. I see him for the person he is, not for the money he has. If you want things to work out, you have to learn the arts of Zen and patience, so you can sit through the humble bragging sessions and snobby parties. Not sure. I'm selective and only associate with poor people like myself. I don't want to brag, but I'm quite the poverty magnet too. It's like being with someone very broke. Only difference is that they are cheap instead of actually not having the money to pay for. If you're a poor person dating a rich person, it's kind of shitty. Makes you realize how disadvantaged you were your entire life. LOL. Probably her sociopathic trait is more due to her being from a politician family, less related to the wealth part. It's like having an all-access pass to life's VIP section, but sometimes you find out it's overbooked with drama, weird relationship to their mothers, and they're overly concerned with their appearance, both to themselves and the others. Not nearly as awesome as it is to be a rich person. Maybe set your sights just a little bit higher. It's okay, I guess. My parents are the rich people though, so I can just get whatever I want at any time. There's old money, new money, quiet luxury, etc., etc. Each has a very different profile. I don't know. Please supply me a rich person today, and I will do a scientific study.